Hey everybody, welcome to the Fumble League live draft lottery. This is going to be the lottery show for the draft that will be happening in 2 weeks. Hope everybody's excited. Um, we will also be going over some details about the draft, what's going to happen the night of. We'll also show you everybody's keepers that got locked in today. And anything else? I think we have a couple of other details. We'll show you also what you're going to be getting at the draft, and just kind of run down draft night itself. So, without further ado, we will go to the keepers that were locked in today. Let me pull that up real quick. There we go. So everybody got their keepers locked in today. This is the list, starting with the commissioner, Matt Lynch. He kept Philip Rivers in the 8th round. He will be the only keeper that Matt is taking this year, so he will have 14 draft picks. Second on the list is myself. I kept Forte at the 2nd round and Alshon Jeffrey in the 12th round. Next is Jimmy. He kept Calvin Johnson in the 1st round and Keenan Allen in the 8th. Next is Dave. He kept Adrian Peterson in the 1st and Lacey in the 7th. Our defending two-time champion, Ryan Dark and Stormy, he kept, no surprise there, both the 1st and 2nd projected players for this year, LaShawn McCoy and Jamal Charles, which are both in the 1st and 2nd round. Next is Quinn. He kept Jordy Nelson at the 5th round and Bernard in the 8th round. Kelly, who actually, if anybody has checked the divisions for this year, Matt came up with the great idea to change from East and West to Women Don't Do It Better, and Ray got wrecked. So that's something to look forward to. If you do come in last place, you will probably have a division named after you. Um, so Kelly went with DeMarco Murray out of Dallas in the 5th round, and Levon Bell from Pittsburgh in the 7th round. Ray's Records, who was in dead last place last year, went with Julio Jones in the 3rd, and Zach Stacy for his 8th round pick. And Shiva Blast, which is Adam, he went with Peyton Manning, the big surprise last year, for a 3rd round keeper, and Thomas. So he's going 2 Denver guys in the 8th round. And finally, to wrap it up, Michael's swell team, Mike, kept Marshawn Lynch from Seattle in the 1st round, and Demaryius Thomas from Denver in the 3rd round. So that is your keepers for this year. Pretty straightforward. Everybody had the draft pick that they wanted to have the keeper in, so there was no issues there. Like I said, Matt was the only one who had opted to go with one keeper. So he only he has 14 picks, while everybody else will have 13 draft picks, and in the draft in a couple weeks. Speaking of the draft, in a couple weeks, this is going to be the rundown. This is just a few details for draft day. It's going to be in 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks. 2 weeks, Friday, August 29th at 7:30 at the Lynch Pad. Obviously, for security reasons, we don't want to put Matt's address on the internet. Um, I'm sure he'll be getting some pretty interesting visitors if we did that. One of the biggest things we will be discussing also is a league constitution. Ryan brought up the point that we can put together some rules and just some outlines of the league. What he suggested was that at the beginning of each year, or throughout the year, the teams and all the owners can suggest changes to rules or possibly new rules, and at the end of each year, vote on them to be voted in for the next year. So one of the things we want to talk about for next year is the draft order, how I'll be doing the draft order. I know there's some suggestions for next year, and that we can go over that with the while the entire league is going to be present in Connecticut, except for one guy, Quinn, who will be joining us via Skype, hopefully, on draft day. But we can go over some of those things. At the draft, you will be also getting draft kits. We'll provide a couple draft kits for everybody, which I will pull up just a couple ESPN ones here. Um, just packets for everybody. This is actually the top 300 cheat sheet. People can track also who gets picked or what have you. If you want to bring your own draft kits or whatever, and obviously we'll talk about the devices too. What you can bring. This is for the positions, the top players in each position. And the final thing that we will also be providing you is this little team sheet that when you actually make your picks, this is how you will track your team, who you picked, and you can write obviously whatever you want on here. But this will be how you track your team. As in the past, Yahoo, I believe, has this down the right-hand side of their window, and it fills in once you start drafting everybody. Let's see. Back to the draft day. Yes. So bring your own devices. Nothing will be provided besides what we will track with a draft board, which I will show you in a little bit. But yeah, if you want your laptops, if your smartphones will be fine, your tablet, whatever you want. We tested the network pretty thoroughly. Matt seems to be up to date with his Comcast. He's paid his bills, so we are all set. Shouldn't have any problems there. This will be for your research. Anything you want to research the day of, you basically have to come prepared to make your picks that day. Just like online, you'll get a minute 30 each pick, and we shouldn't have any issues since we're all going to be there. Going to be no buffering issues or anybody drafting at any restaurants or what have you. Last year we had some pretty interesting draft stories from where people drafted. And finally, the way we will be tracking the draft on draft day is going to be this big board. So I just put together, this is not complete yet because there are traded draft picks I have not put in yet, and also the obvious bottom four teams, their lottery picks. But you can see here kind of the setup. 1 through 10 each round. There's 15 rounds. This sheet does go down to 15 rounds. And this is where we will put this. This is going to be on a laptop on a big screen at the Lynch pad, and this is where we'll track all the players. You can kind of see in the 8th round, 6th pick for Matt. I did put in his, just as an example, his keeper here. You can see this will be pre-filled. I could probably finish this tonight. I will have where everybody will be picking each round, and I will have everybody's keepers in here. I will send this out as a PDF to everybody. Probably post it in the league with a link to download the PDF so you can take a look at it ahead of time, where you will be picking in each round. If you have any traded picks, where you will end up, or if you have any keepers, where those keepers will sit. And this is what we will fill out on draft day. Everybody, when you make your pick, you'll go up to the laptop, type it in, and put in your pick of whatever, and then the next person will be on the clock. We will also be broadcasting this on YouTube for Quinn to see, although Quinn will have to do a little more work to try and track who people are picking, and also, overall, who's been taken already or who's available, just because he's remote. We'll try to Skype him in, and I think we shouldn't have any problems Skyping him in. If worse comes to worse, he'll just be on speakerphone, but at least he'll be able to see this draft board on draft day, and he'll obviously have his own materials to also draft. Other than that, that's about it for now. If there's any questions, you can obviously get in contact with Matt on the draft day, but I think that is about it for details on the draft day. Now, what we all came to see, the actual lottery, and I have that. If you give me 1 second. So, this is last year's rankings. Obviously, Ryan pulling down a second championship. He will get the 10th pick in the first round, and obviously it is a snake draft, so he will be first in the second round, and so on and so forth. He'll switch from 10 to 1 every other round. Jimmy in second, so he gets the 9th overall pick. Adam in third with the 8th. Mike scoring the 4th with a 7th round pick. Dave finished in 5th, so he gets the 6th pick. And your commissioner, Matty, with a 6th place finish, just sneaking in the playoffs, so he gets the 5th round pick. The bottom 4 players, I finished in 7th. Quinn was in 8th, Kelly 9th, and Ray in dead last. So, based on a weighted lottery, each player or each owner will get a amount of balls in the bucket, and we will be picking first overall pick, second, third, and the fourth, obviously. I will be getting 1 ball, so I will have a 9% chance of being picked. Quinn will be getting 2 balls for a 14% chance. Kelly with 3 at a 27% chance, and Ray with 5 balls, just under 50%, getting 45% chance to be picked. And as everybody is waiting for it, so unfortunately, I know you were promised a appearance by my wife. Unfortunately, she is under the weather, and I excuse her of her lottery picking duties tonight. So you'll have to deal with my ugly mug and my giant shirt today. But to make it official, we do have all the ping pong balls here. So myself with the 1 ball going in the bucket, and then the 8th place, Quinn with his 2 balls going in, and Kelly with her 3 balls, 1, 2, and 3 going in. And last and certainly least, I think he got 2 wins last year. I did not see the stats, but he had an awful year. Ray in 10th place. He gets 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. Just to make it all official, I will not be looking over to the side. The first overall pick in the draft is going to go to Kelly. Kelly will get the first overall pick. Congratulations, Kelly. Smack that on there. Alrighty. Now, obviously, if Kelly gets picked again, she does not get a first and second round pick. She will only get the first round or first pick overall. So if another K ball comes up, we'll just throw it away. But this will be for the second overall pick in the draft. And that's going to go to Quinn. Quinn with the second overall pick. So, in true form, just like Ray's team last year, he still has no luck and can't seem to get lucky with anything in this fantasy football. So, we are on the third pick now. It is between me and Ray for the third pick. And that is going to go to Ray right off the bat. There you go. So Ray with the third pick overall in the draft. And that means I will get the fourth pick overall in the draft. And like I said before, it is snaking. So if you are first in the first round, you will be last in the second round, so on and so forth. If you're last in the first round, as Ryan is, you will be first in the second round. So there's your order right there. For the first round, for all the odd numbered rounds, this is how it's going to go. Kelly will be first overall, Quinn second, Ray is going to be third overall, I will be fourth, and then down the line, your commissioner Matt, then Dave, Mike, Adam, Jimmy, and Ryan. And with the snake draft, it's going to be the opposite of that for all the even rounds. Now, I am getting a quick question. Jimmy asked, when will the keeper list be available? The keeper list is, um, I believe it is up online, um, but I'm not sure if it's available for all the players. So I'm taking a quick look right now. What I will do is with this sheet, let me show you the draft board sheet one more time. That's not it. Where is it? Apologize. There it is, the draft board. Okay, with the draft board, I will be filling this out tonight now that we have the first overall pick, second overall pick, so on and so forth. I will be filling this out tonight. I will put in all the traded picks. So I know, like, for instance, Jimmy has 3 second-round picks. And I don't believe he took a second-round keeper. He did not. So he has 3 second-round picks. So you will see Jimmy's name 3 times on this main board. He's there once for his own pick, and then he will have 2 others. I will fill this out tonight, put it as a PDF, and post it to everybody on the league. I'll have it available as a download link so you can take a look at it to see where the keepers are and who picked who picked up who. If you want a list like I have here, I can also provide this as a PDF to anybody. If you're interested, just shoot me a text message. I can also provide this, but I think the draft board might be a little more beneficial because then you could see where everybody is and who they picked up. Plus, you'll be able to see, like I said, for instance, Jimmy is a good example because in the second round he has 3 second-round picks. You can see where you may be picking in a particular round. There's only a few teams that made draft picks or draft pick trades. I know, for instance, Matt, I don't believe made any, so I think his picks are pretty much straight up. Um, Other than that, Ray did get robbed. Ryan is pointing out Ray did get robbed. He did have almost a 50% chance of getting at least getting picked, and he did not get picked till third. So again, sorry, Ray. You're gonna have to. You got your work cut out for you this year, but hopefully you won't be drafting from a restaurant. Or I'm not sure where you were drafting last year. I know Kelly was drafting in Rhode Island. No, she was drafting in Massachusetts last year. Ray might have been drafting from a closet somewhere. I don't know. Maybe where his girlfriend kept him in a closet. I don't know. Something's going on. What else? I think that's about it. Ryan does say I do look great. Thank you, Ryan. I'm photogenic if you can't tell. Um, it's what I do. I try my best. Um, Somebody is asking when the draft is, so I will pull that back up. That will be Friday, August 29th, 7:30, and it is at the Lynch Pad, which if you need directions or an address, myself or Matt will be happy to give that to you off the air so the whole world does not see where Matt lives, and we could obviously have some pretty interesting guests. Other than that, I think we're all set. If there are any questions within the next couple seconds, I don't want to take too much of your night or make this video too long. This video will be up in case you want to watch it again. I don't know why in the world you would want to watch this video again. I would think you would probably only want to watch this once and then blow it away from your mind. But other than that, everything will be squared away. Should be a lot of fun at the draft. I will finish up the draft board for everybody, send it out as a PDF, put it on a link, and send it to the league. And if anybody else needs anything else, if you want that keeper list, it's just a PowerPoint slide, but if you want that keeper list, I can do the same thing also. Other than that, I think we are all set. That's going to be it. Thank you for joining us. I had a lot of fun doing this, obviously, and we will see everybody on Friday, the 29th, at the Lynch Pad. All right, guys. See you around.